Life is full of moments when we stumble and fall. It's inevitable, no matter how much we try to avoid it. There will be times when things don't go as planned, when our efforts seem to come up short, or when circumstances knock us down harder than we ever imagined. In those moments, it's easy to feel defeated, as if the fall defines who we are and what we're capable of. But the truth is, the fall doesn't define you, the rise does. Falling is not the end of the story. It's a moment, a chapter, a piece of the journey, but it is never the whole book. What matters is not the fact that you fell, but how you choose to respond to it. Do you stay down, letting the fall dictate your future? Or do you rise stronger and more determined than before? This is where the real story begins, not in the fall, but in the decision to get back up. The fall can feel overwhelming. It can make you question your path, your abilities, and even your worth. But those doubts, as powerful as they may seem, are not the truth. They are simply part of the process. Everyone falls at some point. It's a universal experience, one that connects us all in our humanity. What separates those who rise above is not an absence of failure, but an unshakable commitment to keep going despite it. Rising after a fall requires courage. It's not easy to stand back up when everything feels broken, when the world seems to have moved on, or when others doubt your ability to recover. But courage is not about the absence of fear or pain. It's about moving forward in spite of them. It's about choosing to rise not because it's easy, but because it's necessary. Every fall carries a lesson, if you're willing to look for it. It forces you to reflect, to assess where you are and what you need to do to move forward. Falling is often life's way of redirecting you, of showing you something you might have missed. It's not a punishment, it's an opportunity. The fall can teach you resilience, humility, and the power of perseverance. It can reveal strengths you didn't know you had and open doors you never thought to look for. The rise after the fall is where true growth happens. It's in the moments when you dust yourself off, take a deep breath, and take that first step forward. It might not be a dramatic leap sometimes, it's just a small, hesitant move. But each step builds momentum, and each bit of progress brings you closer to reclaiming your strength and purpose. The rise is about rebuilding, about proving to yourself that you are more than your setbacks. Rising doesn't erase the fall. It doesn't make the pain disappear or undo the mistakes that were made. But it transforms them. The fall becomes part of your story, not as a source of shame, but as a testament to your resilience. It becomes the foundation upon which you build your comeback. The rise is your chance to redefine what the fall means, to turn it into a stepping stone rather than a stumbling block. The world may try to focus on the fall. People might remember the moment you stumbled, the time you faltered, or the instance when everything seemed to go wrong. But that's not where the story ends. The rise is what people truly admire, and remember the moment when you defied the odds, when you refused to let the fall have the final say. Rising is not just about proving something to others, it's about proving something to yourself. It's about recognizing that your worth is not tied to your failures, but to your persistence. Every time you rise, you reinforce the belief that you are capable of overcoming anything. You show yourself that the fall, as painful as it may have been, does not have the power to define your future. Life is not measured by how many times you fall, but by how many times you rise. The falls may be inevitable, but so is the opportunity to rise again. Each rise is a declaration that you will not be defeated, that you are more than your setbacks, and that your story is still being written. The rise is what shapes you. It builds your character, strengthens your resolve, and prepares you for what lies ahead. Every time you get back up, you grow, you learn, and you become better equipped for the challenges to come. The fall may be part of your journey, but it is the rise that defines who you are and the legacy you leave behind. When life knocks you down, the first instinct might be to analyze, question, and even assign blame. It's natural to want to understand what went wrong and why. But the truth is, the comeback doesn't begin with analysis alone, it begins with action. Excuses and explanations won't move you forward. They may offer temporary comfort, but they cannot create the progress you seek. The comeback is about taking ownership of your path and choosing to act, even when the odds seem stacked against you. Excuses are easy to find. The world offers plenty of reasons to justify staying where you are. You might point to circumstances, people, or timing as obstacles in your way. And while those factors may be real, they are not insurmountable. Every person who has ever overcome adversity has faced challenges just as real, just as daunting. The difference lies in their response. Instead of allowing excuses to dictate their actions, they chose to take control and move forward. The moment you stop making excuses, you regain your power. Excuses keep you stuck in the past, tied to what could have been or what should have been, but action shifts your focus to the present and the future. It allows you to reclaim the narrative of your life and decide how the next chapter will unfold. Every step you take, no matter how small, is a declaration that you refuse to be defined by setbacks or circumstances. Action requires effort, and that effort isn't always easy. There will be times when it feels like you're pushing against an immovable force, when progress seems slow, and when doubts whisper that it's easier to give up. But action is not about immediate results, it's about building momentum. Each small effort compounds over time, creating a foundation for success. It's not about achieving everything all at once, it's about consistently choosing to move forward, one step at a time. Excuses can be comforting in the short term. They offer a way to rationalize why things didn't work out or why progress hasn't been made. But they also create a prison of stagnation. When you rely on excuses, you give away your agency, allowing circumstances to dictate your future. Action, on the other hand, is liberating. It reminds you that you have the power to change your circumstances, to rewrite your story, and to create the life you want. Taking action doesn't mean you have to have everything figured out. It doesn't require perfection or certainty. In fact, some of the most transformative actions are taken in moments of uncertainty, when the path ahead isn't entirely clear. What matters is the willingness to start, to try, and to learn along the way. Action is about progress, not perfection. It's about moving forward, even if the steps feel small or tentative. There will be setbacks, even as you take action. Not every step will lead to immediate success, and that's okay. What matters is the consistency of your effort and your commitment to keep going. Each action you take is a statement of resilience, a refusal to let obstacles define your journey. Over time, those actions build strength, confidence, and momentum. Action also requires accountability. It's about being honest with yourself about where you are and where you want to go. It's about recognizing that while external factors may play a role, you are ultimately responsible for your choices. Accountability is not about blame, it's about empowerment. It's about acknowledging that you have the ability to shape your future through your actions. Excuses often come from a place of fear of failure, fear of judgment, or fear of the unknown. But action is the antidote to fear. Each step you take diminishes its power, replacing it with confidence and courage. The act of moving forward, even in the face of fear, is a powerful statement of self-belief. It shows that you are willing to fight for what you want, no matter how difficult the journey may be. The comeback doesn't happen overnight, and it doesn't happen by accident. It's the result of deliberate, consistent action taken over time. It's the decision to stop waiting for the perfect moment and to start creating your own opportunities. It's about choosing to rise above excuses and take control of your life. Every action you take is a step closer to the life you want. It's a reminder that you are not defined by your setbacks, but by how you respond to them. The comeback requires effort, persistence, and a willingness to embrace the challenges ahead. It demands that you trade excuses for action, hesitation for determination, and doubt for faith in yourself. When you commit to taking action, you set the stage for a transformation that goes beyond anything excuses could ever achieve. Life has a way of throwing us off course when we least expect it. The moments of struggle, failure, or loss often feel like the end of the road, a weight too heavy to carry. But if you look closer, every setback has the potential to be something more than a stopping point. It's not the end of the journey, it's the beginning of a new chapter. Setbacks are not meant to break you, they are designed to challenge you, to push you beyond your current limits, and to prepare you for a greater future. The pain of a setback is undeniable. It stings, it frustrates, and it can leave you questioning everything you've worked for. But within that pain lies a lesson, a chance to grow. These moments are opportunities disguised as obstacles, giving you the chance to reflect, adapt, and build something stronger than before. When you face challenges, it is tempting to see them as failures. However, every setback holds the possibility of being a setup, a chance to redirect, rebuild, and rise. Think of the times in your life when you faced something that seemed insurmountable. In those moments, it was easy to feel defeated, as though the universe was conspiring against you. But looking back, you can often see how those challenges shaped you, taught you resilience, and revealed a strength you didn't know you had. Setbacks are not the enemy, they are part of the process. They strip away complacency and force you to dig deeper, to discover the courage and determination within yourself. Every setback tests your ability to persevere. It asks if you're willing to keep going when the road ahead feels uncertain. It's in these moments that you have the chance to redefine yourself. Are you someone who gives up when things get hard? Or are you someone who finds a way forward no matter the odds? Each time you choose to rise again, you're setting the stage for your comeback. You're building a foundation for something greater than what came before. The road back from a setback isn't easy, but that's what makes it meaningful. It requires patience, effort, and faith in yourself. It's about understanding that the setback wasn't the end of your story, it was just a plot twist. Sometimes life redirects us because we're meant for something bigger, something we couldn't see while we were focused on what we lost. Setbacks force us to reevaluate, to think creatively, and to push past boundaries we thought were unmovable. Growth rarely happens in comfort. It's in the uncomfortable moments, the ones where you feel stretched beyond your limits, that true progress occurs. Setbacks take you out of your comfort zone, but they also provide the spark needed to ignite change. They force you to confront your fears, to adapt to new circumstances, and to become a better version of yourself. Every time you face a setback, you have a choice: let it defeat you or let it propel you forward. There is power in reframing how you view setbacks. Instead of seeing them as failures, consider them opportunities. They are a chance to pause, reflect, and recalibrate. Sometimes the greatest successes are born from moments that initially felt like failures. The setback becomes a setup when you decide to use it as fuel for your comeback. It becomes the moment you look back on and say, that's when everything changed. That's when I realized what I was capable of. The process of turning a setback into a setup isn't instantaneous. It requires resilience and a willingness to embrace the journey, even when it's difficult. There will be moments when the weight feels unbearable, when progress seems slow, and when doubt creeps in. But every step forward, no matter how small, brings you closer to the comeback. It's about consistency, determination, and an unwavering belief that you are meant for more. Life's greatest lessons often come wrapped in challenges. Setbacks teach you patience, humility, and perseverance. They remind you that success is not about never falling, but about always finding a way to rise again. The struggle makes the victory sweeter, the pain makes the joy more profound, and the journey makes the destination more meaningful. You may not control the setbacks you face, but you control how you respond to them. Every time you choose to rise, you prove that setbacks are not the end. They are the beginning of a new path, one that leads to growth, strength, and success. Each setback is an invitation to create something extraordinary from the ashes, to turn your struggle into your triumph, and to show yourself and the world what you're truly made of. Strength is not always visible to the outside world. It is not always showcased in grand gestures or public victories. True strength is built in the quiet, unseen moments when no one is watching and no applause is given. It is in these private battles, the ones fought in solitude, where resilience is born and character is forged. In life, there will be times when you feel like you are carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders. These are the moments when the true test begins. It's easy to appear strong when the world is watching, when support surrounds you, and encouragement fills the air. But what happens when the crowd disperses, when the spotlight fades, and the only person left to push you forward is yourself? These are the defining moments, the ones that shape who you are and determine how far you will go. True strength is not about how you perform in front of others. It's about the choices you make when no one else is around. It's about the times when you have every reason to quit, but you choose to keep going. It's in the early mornings when you force yourself out of bed to chase a dream that feels distant. It's in the late nights when doubt whispers in your ear, and you push it aside to take one more step forward. These moments might seem small, even insignificant, but they are the building blocks of greatness. When no one sees the effort you're putting in, it's easy to feel like it doesn't matter. You might wonder if all the hard work is worth it, if anyone will ever notice the sacrifices you're making. But true strength isn't about recognition, it's about integrity. It's about holding yourself to a higher standard, even when there's no one else around to hold you accountable. It's about doing the hard things because you know they're necessary, not because you expect praise for doing them. The unseen moments are where resilience is cultivated. They are where you confront your fears, face your doubts, and push past your limits. These are the times when you discover what you're truly capable of. Strength isn't something you're born with, it's something you build piece by piece through perseverance and discipline. It's in the moments when you choose to keep going, even when the odds are against you, that you prove to yourself what you're made of. Life has a way of testing you when you least expect it. There will be times when it feels like everything is working against you, when the road ahead seems impossible to navigate. In these moments, you might feel isolated, as though no one understands the struggle you're facing. But it is in these times of solitude that your true strength is revealed. The battles fought in silence without fanfare or recognition are the ones that prepare you for the challenges yet to come. There is something profoundly powerful about the unseen work. It's not glamorous, and it's not easy. It requires a level of commitment and dedication that most people aren't willing to give. But it's in this quiet grind, this relentless pursuit of something greater, that transformation happens. The unseen moments are where dreams are built, one small step at a time. True strength doesn't need an audience. It doesn't require validation or approval from others. It exists in the quiet confidence that comes from knowing you've done the work, that you've given your all, even when no one else was there to see it. This kind of strength is unshakable because it's built on a foundation of perseverance and self-belief. When you embrace the power of the unseen moments, you begin to realize that they are not a burden but a gift. They are the opportunities that life gives you to grow, to push yourself, and to become better. They are the times when you can truly focus on your goals without distraction, when you can pour your energy into becoming the person you want to be. Strength built in the unseen moments is lasting. It doesn't fade when the applause stops or when the crowd disappears. It remains with you, a quiet force that propels you forward through life's challenges. It's the kind of strength that allows you to face whatever comes your way with courage and determination. Every unseen moment is an investment in yourself. It's a step toward the future you're building, the person you're becoming, and the dreams you're chasing. These moments may not be celebrated, but they are the foundation of everything you hope to achieve. And in the end, it's not the applause or the recognition that matters most. It's the strength you've built along the way. Life has a way of presenting us with unexpected challenges. These moments often come unannounced, disrupting our plans and leaving us at a crossroads. While we cannot control the storms that life brings, we can control how we navigate through them. It is in our response to these adversities that our true character is revealed. The path forward is not determined by the magnitude of the setback, but by the strength of our resolve to move past it. Adversity is a test, one that asks, "What are you made of?" It doesn't seek permission, it arrives when it wants, often when you feel least prepared. It's easy to feel overwhelmed, to wonder why this happened to you. But these moments are opportunities in disguise, asking whether you will rise to meet them or let them define you. The response, the fight, the comeback, that's what counts. It's not about being unshaken by life, but learning how to stand firm amidst the shaking. The comeback is not for the audience. It's not for the applause or the validation of others. It is deeply personal. It is a journey that requires you to look inward and confront your doubts, your fears, and your insecurities. When the world is silent, when there is no one around to cheer you on, the question is simple: what do you believe about yourself? The comeback is about reclaiming the narrative of your life. It's about proving to yourself that you are more than the sum of your setbacks, that your story is far from over. Every setback is an opportunity to grow. It may not feel like it in the moment, but challenges are the forge where resilience is born. These moments test your limits, pushing you beyond what you thought was possible. They demand growth, adaptation, and strength. The comeback is built on these foundations, transforming failure into fuel. You are not defined by how many times you fall, but by how many times you rise. Each time you get back up, you're stronger, wiser, and more prepared for what lies ahead. But comebacks don't happen in the spotlight. They happen in the quiet, unseen moments. They are forged in solitude, in the times when you feel like giving up but choose to press on. Late at night when doubt creeps in, or early in the morning when motivation feels far away, that's when the real work begins. Success is built in these moments when no one is watching, when there's no audience to applaud your perseverance. It's in these times that the foundation for your comeback is laid. Think about the stories that inspire us the most. They're not about perfection, they're about perseverance. The hero doesn't triumph without struggle. The victory isn't meaningful without the battle. What makes these stories unforgettable isn't the fall, it's the rise. It's the decision to keep going when everything seems lost, to fight when the odds are stacked against you. The same is true for your journey. The fall doesn't define you, the rise does. Every step forward in your comeback is a declaration that you refuse to be defeated. It's a statement that you are more than your pain, more than your struggles, and more than the circumstances that tried to hold you back. The comeback is personal because it's about you reclaiming your power, your purpose, and your future. It's about honoring every moment of hardship and using it as fuel to propel yourself forward. When you commit to your comeback, excuses become irrelevant. There's no room for self-pity, no time for blaming circumstances or other people. The work is hard, but it's worth it. Action is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. It requires discipline, focus, and relentless effort. No one can walk this path for you, it's yours to claim. The comeback is not a single moment of triumph. It's a journey, it's every small victory along the way, every time you choose to push forward instead of giving up. It's the determination to rise every time you fall and to keep moving even when the road feels endless. This is your moment, your story, your life. And the best chapters are yet to be written. Life's challenges are deeply personal. When setbacks occur, it can feel as though the weight of the world is pressing against you. In those moments, it's tempting to look outward, to consider how others perceive your struggles, or to wonder if your failures have changed the way you are viewed. But the truth is, the comeback isn't about what others think or say. It's not about proving your worth to someone else or gaining applause from the outside world. This journey is about you, your growth, and the story you are determined to rewrite. There is a quiet strength in understanding that this comeback is yours alone. It's about who you see in the mirror when all the noise fades away. When external validation disappears, you are left with yourself, your fears, your hopes, and your determination. No one else is walking this path for you, and no one else can define its significance. The comeback is a deeply personal declaration of self-belief, resilience, and a refusal to accept defeat. Too often, we allow the opinions of others to shape the way we view ourselves. We let their doubts echo in our minds, amplifying our insecurities. But this comeback requires you to silence those voices and turn inward. What matters is not what others think you can achieve, but what you know you are capable of. This is your moment to take back control and define your own value. The comeback is about reclaiming your power, independent of anyone else's expectations or judgments. Your journey forward begins with a choice. It's the decision to rise above the doubt, the fear, and the negativity that often accompanies failure. But this choice isn't made to impress others, it's made to honor yourself. The most important battles are the ones you fight within, and the greatest victories come when you prove to yourself that you are stronger than your circumstances. When you embrace the personal nature of your comeback, you find freedom. Freedom from needing others to approve of your journey. Freedom from the weight of their opinions. This freedom allows you to focus entirely on what truly matters: your growth, your progress, and your transformation. The comeback becomes an act of self-respect, a way to honor the resilience that lies within you. The outside world may not see the effort you put into your comeback. They may not understand the struggle, the pain, or the sacrifices you've made along the way. That's okay, because this isn't their story to tell. It's yours. It's about every moment you chose to keep going when giving up felt easier. It's about the times you stood firm when everything around you seemed to crumble. The beauty of this journey is that it's uniquely yours. No one else will fully understand it because no one else has lived it. And that's what makes it so powerful. The comeback is a testament to your ability to face adversity head-on and rise above it, not for the applause of others, but for the pride and peace that comes with knowing you didn't give up on yourself. Every step you take in this journey is a reminder of your strength. It's a declaration that you refuse to be defined by the challenges you faced. It's a statement that your worth is not determined by the opinions of others, but by the courage you show in the face of adversity. This comeback is yours. It's not for them. It's for you. It's for the person you're becoming, for the dreams you're chasing, and for the life you're determined to build. It's a journey of self-discovery, self-belief, and self-love. And in the end, that's what makes it so meaningful. This is your story, and you hold the pen. Write it boldly.